Hi guys, so today I'm going to be going over the Picklepreneurs Profit Maximizer. So if you are a pickleball club, this checklist is essentially based upon multiple conversations that I've had with pickleball clubs and opportunities that I see for you in 2025. Now, if you are watching this on YouTube, I would highly recommend clicking the link in the description to get on my email list. So you can click that link because people love my emails because I'm sending other tips and advice of stuff that's working now. So definitely get onto that. But if you're here because you've already opted in, welcome. And what I want to do really with this video is accelerate the process, because now you've got the PDF. I want to actually talk you through these and give you the overlying strategy so that you can best pick what is going to help you to move your pickleball club forward and impact more students, change more lives. My name's Simon Lovell, founder of Picklepreneurs. I specifically help pickleball clubs, coaches, other companies in the pickleball space grow and scale after my extensive experience in the fitness space, growing and making millions of dollars, helping other people to grow and scale their fitness businesses and doing masterminds all over the world. Now, after a serious medical condition, I basically decided that I wanted to really impact and change those in the pickleball space that maybe need my help. So, number one on this checklist, and I'm going to go over 20, so grab your notepad and paper for this video. Number one is high ticket transformation program. So the overlying strategy I want to give here, which is a lot of people right now, they're offering memberships, they're offering, go do tournaments, go do this, go do that. It's all perfectly fine, of course. Congratulations on your growth so far. But what the space is missing are outcome-based transformations where people are opting in, where instead of saying, I'll do this or I'll do that, it's more of a structured program when it comes to accountability. Now, in the fitness space, it looks like this, okay? You typically might go to the gym and then just go around and exercise versus going into a weight loss challenge or weight loss transformation program where you get your fitness, you get your nutrition, and you get accountability, and you go on a set amount structure, okay? You set days and you commit to going 3 times a week, and there are before and there are after pictures, and there's a transformation. So think about it like this. In the pickleball space, a big reason why people come in is for fitness. And so especially when it comes to early 2025, but if you're watching this beyond that, then that's fine. Understand that micro niching into the weight loss transformation space is a great way to position yourself. But otherwise, what is a high ticket program? Well, a high ticket program, if you're doing $200 or the maximum that people could spend with you is $500, then that's going to be more along the lines of $1,000 investment, okay? But a good starting point, $500, $600, where people are paying for maybe a 6-week process with you. Now, of course, you've got, clinics. This is not a clinic. You got to see it differently. It's a transformation. Instead of selling the individual sessions, what is the outcome that they want? And that depends on the niche that you're working in. So with beginners, you can also layer in the fitness side of it. There are so many different ways that you can spin it, and I really don't see a lot of people adopting this yet, and I think it's a really massive opportunity. I think the trouble is that a lot of people are used to selling the lower end stuff based upon click on a website. And so with the higher ticket stuff, you are going to need better copy. If you're going to be selling it off a web page, you can definitely still do it at the 500 to 1,000 range. But otherwise, having a member of staff that's dedicated to sales versus just, staff welcoming people in, you're going to have to maybe make some adjustments. But it will definitely be worth it, especially if you're running ads and you want to basically have people come in and invest in a higher ticket. Now, there also is a caveat to that, which is, there is a point of which people come in and there's that point of which they get addicted to pickleball. So there is also timing. Maybe someone comes in and that is their specific goal. So you really need to get to know the student and find out what their goals are and really offer them what's best for them versus what they can just essentially pick. Okay, so that's number one, high ticket program. Number 2, marketing funnel for beginners. So I am very surprised, if I'm being honest, around the amount of businesses in the pickleball space that really don't have marketing funnels across different levels of awareness. They have the option to sign up, but that's when you become a student, right? You sign up for a membership or you sign up for the first thing that you pay. But developing a marketing funnel is essentially about getting people earlier so that you offer something for free so that you nurture that person and move them along. Because think about the reservations that someone has to starting pickleball when they have their thoughts of, well, I need to be competitive or I need to have previous experience with racket sports. So a lot of you watching this, you're only selling, based upon also one of my other videos on YouTube on the 5 levels of awareness, you're only selling to that person that's ready to buy now, but you're also missing out on a lot of people that are just becoming aware of pickleball, but they've actually got a bit of a way to go before they sign up. But you can actually speed up that process with a marketing funnel. What does that mean? It means someone opting in, putting in their name and email address for something for free, and then you nurturing that audience with an automated sequence of emails. Okay, so that's essentially marketing funnel. Now you can click here on the PDF. There's a platform that you can use to start to set up those funnels. Also, if you want to master that, definitely click the button if you're watching this or in the description to the Platinum, the Picklepreneurs Mastermind, which is really going to help you to dial in all of this marketing and better understand this in more detail. Number 3, which is automated email sequences. This is for leads. This is also for students. This is also, I call it churn saver. Churn being the amount of people that leave and exit something. Now, of course, people leave because they move out of a certain area or, something happens. I know a lot of you are dealing with weather issues, and that's a big reason to sell a yearly membership versus a monthly. But what you want to understand with automation is that you can set something up where if someone becomes a member or someone is thinking about leaving or they do leave, there is a way to reactivate them or put things in a certain place so that you nurture someone. You nurture someone to become a student, then you nurture the student, and then in the nurturing of the student, by adding more value, they're less likely to churn, they're less likely to exit. So knowing how to set up those sequences is really important, but you obviously need a CRM, a platform to do that. You can use that link above too when it comes to that. So automation, I just want to ask you this question. Do you have automated email sequences? If the answer is no, you have a massive, I can tell you now, a massive opportunity. All right, Facebook ads. Again, levels of awareness. Maybe you're not running ads right now because you don't know how to run them. I can tell you now that your business is going to 10x when you start running ads to multiple levels of awareness. But also when it comes to, say, Meta ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, I put Facebook ads here, but it really spans Meta and also, other platforms, but primarily the students are going to come from Facebook and Instagram. In my experience with, the stuff that I've done before, you can check out my other videos on YouTube regarding my best performing ads for Picklepreneurs. But there's also retargeting. Now that becomes at a lower cost because they've already shown an interest. They've already liked your Facebook page. They've already liked your Instagram page. And now you can retarget to people who are actually more aware of your business. So you've got general ads and then you've got retargeting ads. Now the ad side of stuff is stuff that I teach in more detail in the mastermind. All right, content plan for 5 levels of awareness. This means that now you become aware of the 5 levels of awareness, understanding that there are some people that do not know anything about pickleball, and there are some people that now it's coming into their awareness, and then there are some people who know that there are services, but they don't know if you're the best one. I'm not going to go over the 5 levels today, but essentially now you develop a content plan that puts your face in front of the camera or your team or your students, right? And whether that's written copy or reels or stories, and you're doing that consistently, but you're also aware of these 5 levels so that you're talking to the person that has fear. You're talking to the person that's maybe at a club and they're already at 3.5, but they're not really happy, but you have something unique versus being generic. That is going to completely change your business. Next one, number 6, local business gift pack. So this is a strategy that 100% works, where what you do essentially is and I'll ask you this question. When someone comes to you, how long do they stay with you for? Well, you might say, Simon, when someone becomes a new student with us, they stay with us for at least a year. Well, in that case, if I came to you and said, hey, listen, if that's the case, if you know if someone comes to you and they stay with you for a year, then would you give me some plastic gift cards to give away to offer someone a free initial session? Well, by doing that, and it has a certain value to it, then you can build up a gift pack. So what you do is you go to other businesses, chiropractors, and you go to massage therapists, you go to all of the different local businesses that align with people that have your demographic that are non-competing. And then you basically pitch that in the right way. And then you build up a gift pack of massages and chiropractor sessions. And it's not, it's not a voucher. It's literally something for free that you put together so that then when your students come in, you say, hey, here's a gift pack. You've got all of this free stuff. You signed up. It's this amount, but you've actually got this for free. I did this in the fitness space. It works. And that is the local business gift pack. Off-court social events, nights out. So this is also important because of the levels of awareness. So maybe you're doing, socials and stuff on the court, but it's also important to understand that the social stuff off the court, for example, with people who don't drink, going and doing mocktails or, movie nights out, whatever that is, right? Understanding the micro niches that are in your location and then setting up these social events so that people can invite their friends that aren't already into pickleball, but they want to do the other social thing, right? So there's lots of different ways to spin that. I don't drink, so I use that example, but making sure that you build in these social events off the court is very key. Video testimonials. So again, I'm surprised to know that, quite a few of the clubs that I speak to, they simply don't have video testimonials. Why is that important? It's important because results and transformations lead to people signing up. The more results that you can show, all right, the more people say, oh my God, this changed my life. I heard a story about the other day from someone who, had a student that signed up because one of their partner passed away. All of these different stories, and you think about it when it comes to X Factor on the TV, right? Before the person sings, what happens? You hear about the emotional story, right? And so testimonials are about where someone was prior emotionally, what shifted, and where they are now. But if you have a demographic of someone who's in their 60s versus someone who's in their 20s, by putting out these different ones and automating the process of testimonials, what you're going to notice is a massive jump in the amount of people signing up, because then you can monetize those testimonials in different ways. You can use it in your email funnel. You can use it for ads. You can use it on your socials, okay? And the more that people see that, the more that people go, this is the place that I need to come, all right? Now, there's a certain way to do that. The testimonials, I've given you the overview. Again, the mastermind is the place to come to get reviews of the things that you've done, to get feedback so that you can actually maximize the things that you're doing. Also, I give away things like templates, for example, the gift cards. There's a gift card template in the mastermind, so you don't actually have to produce it. I've done it for you, which is going to save you time and effort because I already understand the marketing, the branding of it, and the positioning, and also the providers that can actually provide you with those cards as one example. All right, Facebook group, school group. So my mastermind is in school, okay? So it's a platform that you might not be aware of. You can click on this link, check it out. But a good thing actually to do is experience my school, so you can go, oh my God, I could actually build this as something for my members. Now, there's also Facebook groups. I had a student in Pickleball. She's a current client, but she doesn't have a club. She built to over 540 members, and a big thing that's changed her business was actually launching her own Facebook group. So, of course, you've got Facebook groups for generic pickleball, local in areas, but also having Facebook groups is a great way to market yourself. All right, human billboard plastic cards. So earlier on, I talked about the gift pack, but this is actually another strategy, which is and this is what I actually have the template for in the mastermind, which is people associate money with plastic. So what you can actually do is there's two ways to spin this. There's plastic cards that you give away to members where you say, for example, a member signs up and then you're like, hey, here's 3 cards to give away to your friends, okay? It's limited. You don't just hand out hundreds to that person because you want it to feel exclusive. You want it to feel like, hey, you've just now signed up. We've also got your friends, right? So you can give them a number of plastic gift cards, and also you can use this a number amount, say $100, $500, $50, whatever that is, and you can actually sell those at Christmas time, different times throughout the year, all right? So if you're not already doing gift cards, plastic cards, it's a great strategy. All right, create story for local media. So my story in pickleball is that, and this is not something great that happened to me, but it's true, which is I got a condition called Guillain-Barré syndrome. I couldn't walk, and pickleball changed my life. I found open play. It got me networking again. It got me wanting to do business again. It got me out of isolation, despite being in the personal development space for, over a decade and working on myself, and, it hurt. So it's emotional. It was emotional for me. I still am in pain as I record this video, but I'm hustling through, all right? But anything that's emotional, anything that's transformational is a story. So I pitched that to USA Pickleball. They ran with the story and then used that story to then get that into my local media. So the point I want to make about this is that it's not just your story. You may have a great story, but all of the people that come through the door, the more that you get to know them, the more that you will find out their stories. And then you can pitch their story as something to the local media. And the media love, especially TV, they love pickleball because it's visual. So different types of media, and I've done TV for years, and I've done the media for years, and I've got hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of free publicity for the books that I've released in the past, for my own businesses, my personal training business, for my clients coming through, when I had my other business helping personal trainers and studios. I've always used the media, but just understand this. It's not just about when the media comes out, because you won't necessarily get a big influx of sales. It's about what you do with the media, right? So how you take the clip and what you do with that, running ads to the video as an example. All right, so that's create story for local media. All right, optimize website and branding for new funnel. So I see a lot of websites, and you can go there, and honestly, there needs to be optimization. You want your funnel top fold, which means it's the first thing that people see, so that then they can opt in. So you really want to optimize your website for the new marketing funnel that you have. And for most of you, that's going to be for beginners. All right. So the big question I've got for you is, does your website, is it clear? And are you offering something for free so that people can opt in versus just sign up? All right. Next one. Implement surveys at multiple stages for new offerings. So all of the time you should be surveying your audience. Now, when a new member comes in, new student comes in, you're going to gather so much information. Well, that information, notes you should have, when a new student signs up, you should have notes so that you understand what content do we put out because of that. Oh, what challenges? Oh, she signed up because she was lacking in confidence with this thing in particular, maybe at work. Well, that's something that we can talk about, right? So using the information that you have, and then at different points of them going through your process or your gamified process, if you have it, you want to implement surveys at every single point, because the more data you have, now what you can actually do is take that data, you can actually run it into ChatGPT, you can upload the file, and then a CSV, and then you can have it spit out all of the top things that you can actually use for marketing and use for new products and services. So whenever you're confused on what do we offer, it really just comes from the data. All right. Number 14, create a promotion calendar to boost sales. So in business, we've got what happens throughout the year of the organic sales that come in, but then you have spikes, and spikes come through promotions. And I guarantee, even if you're watching this and you're great at promotions, you're missing out on certain times of the year that are going to bring you opportunities. And so the way to structure a promotion is reason 4. That could be you having a baby, right? One thing that I did when I ran the company with personal trainers was I always had them use a situation in their life to generate more business. One guy was stuck in a toilet in a restroom, and he made, I think, a few $1,000s from that because he turned that into a story. So anything that happens, we can turn it into a promotion. We can turn it into an opportunity for sales. So yes, of course, we got Black Friday and Christmas and Valentine's and all of those. But there are still other opportunities to spike it through especially storytelling. All right. So creating a promotion calendar is key so that you can also get ahead, because this is what will happen. You will fall on the day or the day before and you're like, oh, we should have run a promotion here. All right. So setting that up is key. Create a social promotion for quiet periods with specific demographics. So right now, most likely you have times of the day which are less busy. Well, that needs a specific funnel to fill it with, for example, a demographic of those who work shifts or are in the forces, right? Like the police, they're shift workers. Yes, nurses, doctors, they're all shift workers. So that needs a specific funnel if you want to fill those spaces. So it's not that everyone wants to come in the evening. Some people can. But are you marketing to that demographic? Next one, wipe. This is funny. All right, that was on a template. We're gonna fill that. I'm gonna fill that. I'm gonna come up with something in my mind, and I'm gonna put this in number 16 by the time we finish. Let's see if I can do that. All right, number 17. Create internal and student competition for social videos. So one thing that you can never do enough of is being in front of the camera. But in reality, a founder may not want to be. I'm a big believer. I'll just be honest with you. This whole like faceless business, I think, is just a byproduct of people not wanting to work on their personal development, right? And wanting to build their confidence, because every founder really should be on camera, talking about their business, doing interviews with students. It's just something you need to work on, which is why in the mastermind, I have personal development built in on the different courts that I have. So we have 6 courts. The first one is confidence, right? The next one is sales. The next one is marketing. So, but what you can do is you can crowdsource people's talent. Think about all the students you have, and some of them are going to be more outgoing than others. Some of your staff are going to be more outgoing than others. And so what you can do is you can set up competitions so that they can start sharing their gifts. I guarantee that you've got some photographers and videographers within the people in your circle. And so giving and doing a paddle competition, or free access to the location. And bring in the point I want to make here is just bringing people's talents out, right? So that you can use that for marketing, whether that's shooting video or recording funny skits. All of that is important. Entertainment, education, and so build it into what you do. Create a marketing funnel for corporate businesses, right? So of course you're going to want more corporate business where people come along with their teams. Right, so you've got different types of corporate business. You've got the businesses that just want to bring their 6 or 8 staff for a team building event, and then of course you've got the businesses that want to maybe put up a stand and run their own event within your location. So those are different price points, of course, but you need a marketing funnel for that, and it should be an area of your website where you don't just talk about it, but you build a marketing funnel, because like everything, you need to build up education. You need to build up the why that makes sense. And a lot of the time you can't do that just on a page on the website. You need to do it through dripped content, because when someone just goes to your website and they see it once, they want it in the future, but you haven't stayed in contact with them about that. And so you don't stay front of mind. The way to stay front of mind is to build a marketing funnel, build the automated sequence, and keep in contact with them about that thing. Because if they go to your website and they see that corporate page, but they don't put in their details, then you're missing an opportunity. And I don't like the phrase of leave money on the table, but it's that. All right, high ticket VIP retreat. Not all of you are going to want to do this. But there are some of you that certain times a year or certain events, I was talking to a club the other day that they have certain periods where they can't actually do stuff. And so a good way also to gamify the business is to offer something where people, yes, they come to your club, but you also organize something at an external location. Maybe it's just an Airbnb where there's only 12 people that can go. And then you've got this higher tier thing where maybe you can do some more in-depth coaching, or hire a pro to come along, right? Or a famous player to come in and get access to that person. And it's more of like a an upsell for your existing students and creating something more exclusive. So don't discount that, because also you can build in things like personal development, right? I'm not just talking about pickleball here. You can layer it in with things like yoga. Just a fun fact, when you pair yoga with pickleball, there's an addressable market of, I think, 4 million people, right? So there's lots of opportunities for these other little micro events, all right? Next one, number 20. Create gamification system with prizes and rewards. So I was trained by a guy called Yukai Chow. He has a great book called Actionable Gamification, and he has something called the Octalysis Framework. And so gamification is about essentially building in positive rewards, also consequences, accountability, buddying up with people. And it's how Facebook is so successful. It's how the social media platforms are successful. But there's white hat and there's black hat ways to do it, right? But, for example, in one of my previous businesses, and also the reason why I have these colored headbands, is that you earn things based upon when you level up, right, to different things. So people love stickers. They love different things, like different colored T-shirts. And that's a way that you can incentivize progression and a path that people can go on by rewarding them, giving them, yes, prizes, but often you don't need to spend a ton on the prizes. Actually, they just want the gamification piece of receiving something or an accolade that's just on a different tier, right? And that's really about understanding and selling status too, because think about the paddles that you've bought, right? Most likely some of the purchases you've made have been status-based. So understand also that people love games, right? People love playing the game of pickleball and getting their jupa up and getting their level up. If you think about how someone loves to say that now they're 3-5 when they were 3, essentially what it is they love the gamification style. So you can build layers into that. You can build it through different colored systems, through different creative ways to keep students and members. All right. All right. What is number 16? What shall I pull from my toolkit? All right. I'm going to talk about emails because, and I'm going to put in here daily emails. So I got an email recently saying, Simon, the reason why I've signed up is because of your emails. Okay. So that's another reason to, if you're not watching this because you opted in, if you're on YouTube, to click the link below and get on my email list. And the reason why I think people like my emails is because I'm adding real value and content. And so there needs to be a pivot here from selling to understanding when you add value that you can actually generate sales because you build trust. But a lot of people think that they're emailing too often, or what they'll do, and I see clubs do this, they put everything into one email. It's like all the things happening. And what you do is you create overwhelm. What you want to do in your emails is focus on one thing and then basically email often. And don't go into the mindset that people won't like it. They don't mind as long as they're not being pitched every day, right? You're most likely to opt out from something if you are being pitched and sold something every day because it just feels desperate. But if you're receiving value, that actually can lead to sales and you can do it more often. So I'd say at least 3 times a week, but trying to get up to actually daily emails. But of course, you've got to know what to write in those. And that's a big thing that we focus on in the mastermind is content, right? How do you deliver value? And people struggle with that. So I love the fact that this was in the moment, actually. And my template had something else in it, which was kind of funny. That's another lesson in business. Sometimes just go in the moment, deal with it. I don't want to record like I don't know how long this is now, but it's now a 29-minute video. It makes it more real, right? We just get to be imperfect, right? So that's another lesson, which is those ideas that come up, take action, be imperfect, and not everything needs to be exactly as it plans. And actually, the things can work out better. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Of course, I would love to see you in the mastermind. Once you get signed up, you actually get a one-to-one call with me, where what I'm going to do is pinpoint and hold you accountable to the biggest area of growth for your pickleball club. and people love that call. Plus, of course, all the content, it's being constantly updated. Of course, the templates, the other things that maybe you're not skilled at, you're going to be saving time and money when it comes to that. So, and also you're going to be around others that are committed to growing their pickleball business, and most of all, changing as many lives as possible in pickleball through your stories and through the areas that you want to grow and master and learn. Think about right now the area of business that you're weakest at. Maybe that is email marketing. Maybe that is funnels, right? Well, now you can actually start to learn, implement, and profit and maximize your profit, which is why I created this video. I will see you in another video. If you're already subscribed, you're going to get emails from me with more content and value. And my advice is pick something today to dive into from this checklist. Don't have it be just another piece of information that you don't take action on. I'm massive on accountability because I know when you shift your business, you're going to change more lives, and Pickleball changed my life. If you're not already subscribed, I would love and I would appreciate your subscription. It would mean the world to me because it helps me impact more people and it helps me to know that I'm doing a good job. So also please leave a comment with any questions. It really does mean a lot to me. Thank you, and I'll see you in another video.